Yo guys, it's Aiden from Yugi Aiden. I know it's been a while, but I've been working on certain things for the channels privately. But today we are doing an Unchained deck profile from locals from this past Sunday. It did marginally okay. It was a small locals. We could have got into a round 4, but that didn't happen because time issues for everybody. But this deck did 2-1. I'm very proud of that. So I thought, because I did 2-1, I possibly could have outgrinded one of the matchups, which was Strikers, because Unchained can go first or second. It's like a niche first or second type deck, but it can work both ways in many situations. But the variant I was using was probably more dominant for going second. It can break boards if you're lucky, but other than that, you can set up going first, where you can get this guy out quite quickly. So let's just get onto the profile and just go. So for the main deck, for the Unchained monsters, which is pretty much all it is 2 Soul, 1 Disaster, 2 Samara, 3 Aruha, and 3 Rika. I'm probably butchered most of those, but basically, with Rika, it's the quick effect of the 3 for the 3 twins. And I know the camera setup is a bit weird, but we live. Because Rika is the quick effect, you can use it during your opponent's turn as well. So say for example, your opponent's targeting, say, your soul or your back row to pop or send to grave. You can chain Rika on top of that for cost, and because Rika could be chain link 2 or 3, you could, once it resolves, you can pop the trap instead. Then your opponent has an invalid target to be popped or sent to grave. Then the trap or spell that you send that was set, say for example Abomination's Prison, because they all get effects when they're popped. So once that's dealt with, it's fine. Aruha can activate in hand to special summon by targeting 1 card on your field and destroy it to special summon itself. And predominantly, you'll use the traps the Unchained traps to pop to special summon it from hand, so you get to special summon either the Disaster or the Soul, depending on the situation if you go in second. But if you go in first, you'll normally always special summon the Disaster in defense, because you got a free booty on the board to try and protect yourself. Even though it's during your turn, you use the effect to link someone with Disaster, but it's fine. It's normally there just to help protect your life points more than anything. But all the Unchained twins get their effects to special summon Unchained monster from the deck when they're destroyed by battle or by card effects, and that's really, really strong. But with the Abominable Chained Soul, once it's special summoned, you can discard 1 card and then destroy 1 card on the field. And that's not targeting at all. It is busted. I would be having it at 3, but I don't have my 3rd copy at the moment. And I do have the 3rd Samara for the deck as well, but I didn't have it in time because I was trading for it during the event and I was rushing so we could get started. So that's the Unchained monsters for the main deck. The only thing I would probably change is leaving Samara at 2 and not putting it to 3. But Samara can be really good for grind games if really needed. So for the spells, I run 3 Prison, 2 Unchained, not unchained twisters. That would be funny. And 3 lightning storm, and I'm sorry for proxying these. 3 prosperity, 1 call by the grave, and 3 super poly. So basically, with these, the prison can search the unchained engine no matter what. Say if you're going second and know you can destroy a certain card on the field and you need soul, you can add in soul, and if you add Reaker on the field still, you can pop another card that you control and special summon it, then do that. With twin twisters, it's practically the same thing, and I'm still kicking myself during testing before locals the day before or a week before. I was playing my friend Connell, and he was maining strikers at the time, and he still is. Instead of targeting one of my own back row to set it off, to go off, I decided to destroy 2 of his back rows. Like, I saw the line to play, to push, but I did it wrong, severely wrong, and I'm still kicking myself about that, but we live. Lightning Storm is mainly to see if it's a back row heavy deck, I can target the back row. If it's monster heavy while I control no face up cards, I can just pop all the monsters. So that's fun. And the prosperity is there to help me see the engine. And to be fair, I did see it pretty much through the whole locals. As like it was nice, but I wanted to OTK, but the damage at half. And I nearly tended to forget that, but it's fine. But we still managed to win anyway. During the next turn, I was able to win that way. The call by is to help the traps go through and these searches. But you can chain block with the unchained, and it's really fun to do. Then the super poly, that's there for a little thing called Chimera. It's busted as all hell. If you use 3 monsters on the field, you can pop 3 cards on the field. If you use cards from your hand, even though Super Poly doesn't let you do it through your hand, it's fine. You don't really need the draw power, because the traps just set you up as quickly as possible. So you can special summon a pop up to 3 cards on the field, and well, you have to destroy 3 cards. And if you choose 2 of your opponents on one of yours, your unchained is going off, and it's fun. Like, really fun. So that's the spell lineup. And now for the traps. We have 3 chamber, 3 escape, which is the standard for the Unchained trap lineup, because there's only those 2 and they have to be run at 3. Then we have Imperm, 3 evenly, and 3 judgment. I was running a different build on Dueling Book, but without the judgments. But I thought for the locals, judgment would have been a better call to use. The evenly is there for mainly going second if I'm forced going second. Imperm is to help stop certain things, and the traps are there to help special summon the Unchained monster from my deck. But when you actually activate them, they're quite niche as well. So, say for example, I had a Rika or Samara or Aruha. You activate this, target that, and another card on your opponent's side of the field for cost, and destroy them both. And it's strong. But when Abominable Chamber is activated, you can special summon an Unchained from your hand or graveyard. And they are handy, but it's more for when you're popping them. That's where it mainly gets going. And that's pretty much it for the main deck. So for the extra deck is really where I might consider why for a lot of it. Because some will say 3-3-3 or whatever. But for my extra deck, I was running 3 Rage, 2 Anguish, and 1 Abomination. I only went into Abomination once during locals, and it's completely fine. But you'll mainly go into Rage more than anything. So say if your opponent special summons a monster, you can go, mine. And it can halt their combo quite quickly if you're lucky and you hit the right one. But yeah, then for the other links, we've got Almirage. That's mainly there for prosperity fodder. Access code, Boral Sword, Unicorn, and Phoenix. They're probably standard for why you know the access code and Boral Sword and the 2 Nightmare monsters, so don't need to really explain those. And for the super poly targets is Dracospelia, the Guardian Chimera that I spoke about, and Starving Venom. Starving Venom is a really niche one. If you didn't really want to go Chimera, and if you want it gone, you can summon it and just literally sit on it if you're going first or second. But then it can gain attack points as well. But when it leaves the field, some people tend to forget. When it leaves the field, destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. It's strong as all hell for that. And then the Chimera, everybody's pretty much maining it from the side deck for Super Poly, for Branded, and God knows what other decks that can use it. So Chimera's there as a fun tech. I'm running 2 as possibly 1 for Prosperity to send off. I feel like I'm not going to use the second one. It's pretty much most of the extra deck, other than the Unchained, is pretty much Prosperity fodder, which is okay, in my opinion. And I did have a side deck. I don't remember what was in it on the day. And the side deck I have on Duel Book is completely different from what I had in Locals on Sunday. But I hope you liked the deck profile, and if you did, give it a like smash. And if you want to see more deck profiles on the channel, subscribe, comment, even still like the video. And I will be working on another deck profile in the meantime. It might take a couple of weeks because I'm still figuring the work out with the kinks. So once that's ready, I will get that video out as quick as possible. Thank you guys. Peace.